All right, let's talk about Justin Fields, who I thought played well in this one. I didn't think it was an amazing day necessarily, but I thought he really made some plays, made some mistakes as well. There were some good and some bad. So let's talk about the overall good day from Fields. And, maybe the best thing if you're a Fields fan is how bad all the other quarterbacks have looked in his draft class. Makes him look better by comparison at the very least. But no, I did think he played well. And one thing that I feel like it's just so true of Fields is how valuable his rushing ability is. This is something that allows him to really pick up plays that some of these other quarterbacks can't pick up, and part of what allows him to, even when he's struggling in other areas, and the Bears' offense is struggling in other areas. I mean, the passing attack I still didn't think was great in this one, but that's to be expected given their receivers and the secondary they're going up against. But these were the types of plays that allowed the Bears to be able to still move the ball down the field relatively effectively. So I've circled a Dallas player because this is going to be a designed rollout to the offense's left, so they're leaving that player unblocked. However, right when this play begins, you see that Fields doesn't love what he sees, so he's going to try and make something happen. So, if that play worked as designed, then it wouldn't have been an issue leaving that player unblocked. But since the play did not work as designed, you are now in trouble if you're Fields. Except you're not really, because again, most quarterbacks will be in trouble, but Fields has this athleticism to get him out of trouble. Watch him really just run by him, and he is going to be able to, on a third down and 4, pick up this first down, and it feels like he does this every game, at least a few times, where there's a third down that he just picks up with his legs. I think some people would bring up, well, is this a negative by Fields perhaps? The fact that he has to use his legs, and if he can't use his legs, he struggles. Well, no, because it's a part of his game. However you're getting value is value. However you're getting the ball down the field, I don't care how you're doing it. We've seen Lamar Jackson have enough success in the NFL being a guy who uses his legs a lot. Also, he can throw well. But we've seen that being a big part of a MVP caliber quarterback's game. I think we can get off the old school, you have to be a pocket passer primarily. No, whatever you're doing to get the ball down the field. Going over here, I didn't think Fields had the splash plays that we've seen him have in previous weeks. I didn't think that we saw him, sometimes we see him get these incredible highlight reel level plays. His highlights are always, some of the best in football. That's never been an issue with Fields. Didn't quite have those in this game, but I don't really know if it was his fault. Like, he had a few that were still pretty good plays that just didn't quite hit. This is a great example of you have a receiver with a one-on-one matchup on the outside, and watch as Fields takes the snap and runs a play action. He is eventually going to fire in that direction, and it's not wide open at all. I mean, this is a tight window throw very far down the field. However, Fields' throw is perfectly accurate, was not caught, but that was a great throw from Fields. I don't care if it's a catch or not. That's not what I'm evaluating here. I'm evaluating Fields' play, and if Fields is making good throws that are incomplete, then Fields is playing well. But now let's get into some negatives. Listen, I thought that, this Bears offense played well. It was largely through the running game. It was, but some of that was because of Fields' running itself, not just with him actually running, but also the threat of him running. So that's, he gets credit for that, certainly. The passing game was not quite as strong. Some of that was because guys were dropping passes. It would have looked stronger had guys been getting more open. But there was some mistakes by Fields. That's all I'm trying to say. This one is an example where it's a cover 3 zone. You have a receiver trying to get into a gap in coverage. As you see, Fields takes a snap. He's going to run to play action, eventually fire. He got hit right after he threw, and even a roughing the passer penalty. So I'm sure that disrupted the throw. But still, you do have an open receiver. Fields' throw was high, gets intercepted. That's what happened. How much do you want to blame the pressure was what caused that? I really don't know. It's hard to say exactly, I think. So you could sit here and say it's entirely the reason why that was a missed throw and you put no blame on Fields. You could say it has nothing to do with it and all the blame is on Fields since the hit did technically happen after he got rid of the football. I think it's kind of a combination of two, probably a bit of luck and also a bit of a missed throw on top of it, which results in an interception. Luckily, did not count for the Bears though, so, no harm, no foul. Also, this play was weird. I don't get how this keeps happening. I truly do not. I have to assume it's Fields' fault to some degree, but I don't know exactly what he's doing wrong if it is his fault, because I've seen him struggle with blitz pickups and things, and helping his protection and stuff. That's kind of classic rookie struggles that you will see. But this one, so you have a Dallas edge rusher who's going to be unblocked right here, which leads me to believe it's like a run blocking play. So I'm assuming that's what he thinks is it's a run blocking play. Part of me even wonders if this is a designed RPO. However, Fields does not expect an RPO whatsoever and gets just crushed. I mean, he did not realize that that player was going to be unblocked. I mean, that's just what happens. So somehow there was an unblocked Dallas player that Fields didn't realize was unblocked until he hit him. So I don't know what happened there. It feels like it's a trend with the Bears that this stuff seemingly happens far too frequently, which, again, people will see this and say, offensive line sucks. But, like, I mean, no, that's a miscommunication. The offensive linemen accomplished what they were trying to accomplish. The issue was they weren't all on the same page. So just something that the Bears still have to figure out. And finally, this play, I wasn't even sure if I was going to include it in the video. I just figured might as well. So it's a 2nd down and 8. The Bears are down a lot. They have to start making stuff happen. As you see, Fields runs a play action. Fields is going to eventually get outside the pocket right here. I have to pause it a little bit just for copyright reasons. But, you know, it's worth mentioning this. If he throws it down the field, it is going to be kind of a difficult throw. You are going to be throwing off balance right here. So it's a tough throw to make. And you're, right-handed quarterback running to his left. That's not easy. As you see, Fields' throw is going to be, it was pretty close to being complete. It was also pretty close to being intercepted. Bit of a dangerous throw there. So, okay, I would put if I'm having to grade every single play, I'm putting that as a negative grade. I am. But it's not a big deal. I mean, you're trying to make something happen. You're down a decent amount at this point late in the 3rd quarter. To be honest, I'd rather a quarterback who's going to make this throw than not make this throw. You just would have liked it to be a little bit higher. That's all. I think it's just a, bit of an underthrown pass. Not even massively underthrown, just a bit underthrown. And finally, to talk about the positives in the passing game, because there still were some. I mean, you look at his numbers, they were still effective. And like I said, could have been a lot more effective. I thought it was a lot of just him running the offense, which there's value in that, right? Especially when we talk about with Fields, he's often the kind of quarterback who will make mistakes, but you just hope that the home runs outweigh the strikeouts. Well, in this game, he didn't really have the home runs, but he was able to get a lot of singles, and that's what happened on this play. It's a zone coverage play. You're going to run a play action and have a tight end, start off as though he's blocking, but then he's going to run a route. Hopefully this, they'll fall for the play action. You can get someone open. Right when this play begins, Justin Fields runs this play action. You see it's working out perfectly. I mean, you have a player very open here. But Fields, to his credit, makes a good throw. You're able to get the completion for a touchdown. So that's what worked well. One thing's worked well for the Bears passing attack, I thought. So as a whole, there's there's improvements being made from Justin Fields. He definitely looks like he belongs in the NFL, which is more than I can say about every of these quarterbacks of the 2021 NFL draft class. He belongs in the NFL. I'm not saying he's playing great football, but again, kind of what you want to see this season is him to look competent, right? First year, it's just go out and have fun. Second year, it's look competent. Third year, it's play good. That's kind of the trajectory that you want from a young quarterback. So he's kind of on the trajectory so far. I'm not sure if he had much fun year one with the that whole situation, but he's starting to look better and better. Again, hasn't been a great season for Fields, I think it's fair to say. I still feel like the Bears don't trust him very much in this situation, so that's kind of, it feels like the Bears don't like him. So if they're going to move off of him, they're going to move off of him. But I still feel like he's showing enough that if the Bears do move off of him, they can get some value for him, which would at least be nice if you're a Bears fan. I think that if he continues playing this way for the rest of the season, he's earned himself a 3rd year. If he continues playing like how he played in a couple of those games earlier on, maybe not. So we'll see what happens in the next, it's a little bit more than half of the season left in the next 9 games. Should be fun. But yeah, that's what I thought about Fields' performance. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.